only child sits alone in a reading room, turning pages of books to alleviate the gloom. The only friends she has are stuck between those pages, or through imaginary play with characters from past ages. Yes, sir, no, madam, polite conversation, but never learning about peer socialization. You don't know you're weird when familiarly incarcerated, homeschooled behind a gate, from society isolated. Wishes were ignored, and I discovered there that I'm pretty warm. Isolated. There is no present, every moment is the past. Looking ahead is fruitless, like a spell that can't be cast. strings of fate that connect to others. I'd sever them all if I had my druthers. What does it add in the charcoal life but agony, hindrance, and perpetual strife? Sharpening like a blade on a venerable whetstone, I've made the decision to just be alone. I'll commit this severance to finally be free. Cut away the baggage that's restricting me. Yeah, I'll commit this severance without looking back, having only myself with one quick whack. Because trusting everyone else has broken me apart, and having only myself would be a new No more broken hearts, no more drama so petty. No more promises shattered like scattered confetti. I'll cut them all off with the decision I've made, and exorcise demons with the solitude blade. Sharpening like a blade on a venerable whetstone, I've made the decision to just be alone. I'll commit this severance to finally be free. Cut away the baggage that's restricting me. Yeah, I'll commit this severance without looking back, having only myself with one quick whack. Because trusting everyone else has broken me apart, and having only myself would be a new But there's a small piece, like an obsidian shard, that knows it's a mistake, and it will be so I'll commit this severance to finally be free. Cut away the baggage that's restricting me. Yeah, I'll commit this severance without looking back, having only myself with one quick seeking out adversity because of how I deal. It's like a blank prescription for coke, liquor, and pills. My inhibition falter, and I can dance and sway, not trapped inside my head, thinking what would others say. But it's a switch once flipped that cannot be turned setting my heart and feet to skip as the heat inside me grows. Looking up at them with silly sentimental lies, hanging on every word and struggling with replies. But in the dead of night I wake alone and feel the cold place that I've always known. Was I a fool again, falling for the same old song and dance? Yes, I'm a fool again, not worth a second glance. Is it a poor reputation? Is my name on bathroom walls? Why do I meet someone and they don't return my calls? I don't like being easy, I just want someone to stay. My body is all I have to offer to keep the loneliness at bay. But in the dead of night I wake alone and feel the cold place that I've always known. Was I a fool again, falling for the same old song and dance? Yes, I'm a fool again, not worth a second glance. Fool No wonder I'm not respected when I don't respect myself. I'm like a participation trophy, a hollow victory on the shelf. Was I a fool again, falling for the same old song and dance? Yes, I'm a fool again, not worth a second glance. Is it really such a shock? Is it really a surprise that I totally flipped out when confronting all your lies? Yeah, I threw your clothes out into the busy street, and the flowers that you brought were crushed under my feet. The scratches on your face will heal. The thrown vase will leave a knot. You're lucky I'm holding back instead of giving all I've got. Shrieking like a banshee for the love that you has burned. You need to leave right now or end up like the gifts I burned. Holy water won't save you from the lashing of my tongue, and a priest will only bear witness to your bell getting rung. I'm not possessed by a demon, so discard the fetishism. You'd be better with the devil, and I don't need an exorcism. Better to cross the devil than break a woman's heart. I don't care about excuses, so don't even try to start. I'm not possessed by a demon, so discard the fetishism. You'd be better with the devil, and I don't need an exorcism. From within these bars, forged from confidence shattered, from trying and failing and innocence scattered. Getting out is more difficult than getting inside. It requires the want, requires some pride, and the darkness looms outside of the cage, containing shadows of memory one dares not engage. The sword has two edges. Yes, it can hurt, but it also defends those rendered inert. Not looking outside. Do I want to be free? The cage does not open for anybody but me. The public awaits, but lumbering there. Horrors lie awaiting, for which no one's prepared. But hiding forever in a world that's so small is its own kind of horror. listening to others, always aloof if not rude, maintaining my independence with an unsympathetic attitude. A ring on my finger, oh please, that's not my style. Asking another for their opinion, it was never worthwhile. But you crossed my path like an unlucky black cat, majestic and beautiful, and my heart stopped just like that. Previous inhibitions disappeared when your eyes fell upon me. Nothing was more important than you, and I folded like origami. Folded like origami. Now I can't imagine my hand not completely with yours entwined. And everywhere I step, I want you with me in kind. The life of solitude, as freeing as it can be, is not nearly as appetizing as you are to me. But you crossed my path like an unlucky black cat, majestic and beautiful, and my heart stopped just like that. Previous inhibitions disappeared when your eyes fell upon me. Nothing was more important than you, and I folded like origami. Folded like origami. Origami. And I run through these days, giddy as a child, and my former gloominess completely reconciled. Previous inhibitions disappeared when your eyes fell upon me. Nothing was more important than you, and I folded like origami. Folded like origami. Origami. Nothing lasts forever. Everything ceases to exist, reduced to carbon atoms fighting to persist. Concrete crumbles to sand, memories fade from minds, names are forgotten like like mother's nursery rhymes. When the dark takes us into that baleful night, the world continues turning, though we're gone from sight. Actions don't really matter in the tapestry of time. Lives are over quickly, like a winter's frozen rime. Winter's rime. There's a small window, our existence can be viewed, just a fleeting passing moment, then justice returned. So try to make the most before the moments pass. Every instance is behind, and the present is the past. When the dark takes us into that baleful night, the world continues turning, though we're gone from sight. Actions don't really matter in the tapestry of time. Lives are over quickly, like a winter's frozen rime. A winter's rhyme. This ride never stops, no passengers depart, and then forever gone, as if it never stopped. Actions don't really matter in the tapestry of time. Lives are over quickly, like a winter's frozen rime. Winter's rhyme. Hey, rich girl, you think sitting in my safe space where I go to be alone, recalling your soft words, embracing the tone, hugging myself tightly on the roof of my home, watching the midnight sky, clouds of gentle glow. I don't have enemies who treat me as cruelly as I, sabotaging the good things, and I'm not sure why. Maybe I hate myself, always the same old tune, black mascara running, just watching the watching the just watching the moon. He said those 3 words that frightened me to the core, the same ones that made me run so many times before. So once again I'm here questioning my stability and wishing I was someone else without this fragility. I don't have enemies who treat me as cruelly as I, sabotaging the good things, and I'm not sure why. Maybe I hate myself, always the same old tune, black mascara running, just watching the watching the moon, just watching the moon. Cicadas play their humming song, and fireflies glimmer and flash. But it's hard to, because I'm a piece of maybe I hate myself, always the same old tune, black mascara running, just watching the moon. Watching the moon, just watching the The shower head spits on me like everyone I meet, while I hug both knees in the tub like a seed. Steam begins to rise ashes, like smoke from a fire. What's left of me is wreckage, aftermath of desire. Black mascara runs and circles the drain, obsessing over thoughts that only bring me pain. I'm so disingenuous, afraid to be seen. Disingenuous, because I'm so obscene. Disingenuous, no one loves me 'cause I'm mud. Disingenuous, but beneath this fair facade, conceals my true face. Looking at the razor I used to shave my legs, it could cut more than hair, get my mind from the dregs. Red tinged water runs and circles the drain, obsessing over thoughts that only bring me pain. I'm so disingenuous, afraid to be seen. Disingenuous, I'm just too obscene. Disingenuous, no one loves me 'cause I'm mud. Disingenuous, I'm disingenuous. One day I'll be happy, one day I'll find someone, one day not afraid to be myself for once. This fair facade.